Hey everyone, welcome to the first Anime Kingdom manga review. So I've been meaning to do, different things besides just anime reviews, and obviously the next step would be like a manga review. So I've been trying to figure out what mangas to read. So if you guys do have any, any suggestions on what mangas I should be reading and, to give you a review, then feel free to comment below. At this moment, obviously, as you can see by the title, this is on chapter 227 of Nisekoi, and I know this is already like the thing is about to end already. The manga is about to end, but like as you guys know, if you've been on the channel for a while, you already know that I did love watching Nisekoi when I watched the first season. The second season was good as well, not as good as the first in my opinion, but still it was really good. And after watching them, I wanted to know more and more, and I couldn't wait to see if there was going to be a third season, to which we still do not have a third season. So that sucks for that. It would be awesome if they ended up, making a third season, but I do not see that happening in the foreseeable future. But I did read the manga for quite a while, stopped, not too sure why, I kind of forgot. I think I just ended up stopping at a certain point. And then recently, my friend told me, and I also saw online, that it was going to come to an end soon. And I really wanted to know, obviously, who was the girl, the girl with the key and everything. Who's the right one, the real one, the one that he made the promise to, obviously, because there's like how many girls that later on came after, of course, the anime that we didn't get to see. And of course, I also want to know who he would end up with. If you didn't know, if you didn't see any of my anime reviews before, I ship Raku with Chitoge, full on. That is my shipping. I'm team Chitoge all the way. And I've always been wondering, like, when is it going to end? When is he going to pick someone? It just seemed like it didn't, because it kept seeming like they would add, some other girl, for example, Yui. Then they added, obviously, Haru as well, to which, like, it just came like a point where I was like, is this ever going to end, kind of thing? So that's kind of the reason I stopped, reading as well, until now I know that it's coming to an end. So I was like, I got to binge read the fuck out of this, So I decided, yep, I'm gonna go and read this, and what, like 100 chapters in a day or something. Here we are. I'm on the last chapter now, the newest one that just came out, and wow. So of course, to my surprise, actually, not my surprise, I didn't know like who exactly it was gonna be, but seeing all the girls up to this point. Sorry if you guys came just for the review of this chapter. I'm kind of just gonna mention a little bit things that happened before. Obviously, like I was going to talk about how all the girls that ended up confessing and rejecting. Kind of sad that Haru didn't end up really fully confessing, but it was still nice to see all of these girls get their closure, and all of them, end up seeing who will the last person be, to which of course it ends up just being Onodera and Chitoge as the last two people there. So of course it had me wondering what's going to happen. Of course, Onodera does end up being the the promised girl that we did see in chapter 226, the last one before this last one. And I was like, oh my gosh. And of course then we find out that he ends up saying no. He ends up saying that he did love her and everything, and ends up pretty much saying that he loves someone else now. And I was like, oh my gosh, he really picked Chitoge. I am so happy. And in this chapter too, just wow, it was such an amazing chapter. Like finally be able to see him, see Chitoge confess to him, see him confess to her, all this kind of stuff. Even the little thing with like, the chapter was called Nisekoi, false love, and she even says in the chapter, even though I'm a fake and everything, and she's like, yes, I still love you. And then just that moment when you see her turn, like crying in that one page, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, the feels, dude. My heart was literally like, finally, I'm so happy. Like literally, I cannot even imagine like having to read a chapter a week waiting for this point. Like I binge read the whole thing, and I loved it, and I was still like heartbroken, even though for the other girls, just because it was just sad, even Onodera, I am team Chitoge all the way, but it's just sad to see all the other girls. But it's so happy to finally see that he does end up with her. That moment at the end when she hugs him, says I love you, and he says I love you back, and that was the ending. I was just like, oh my gosh, finally the ship has definitely sailed. I am so happy with this chapter. It was honestly just like getting to this point was so hard for me, wondering who is going to be the girl. Of course, I didn't want to spoil myself, so I literally just like did not look at any forums or anything, just binge read the heck out of this, to the point that we are now here, and we are now with Chitoge as the winner. Now, sorry for all, Team Onoderas. I know there's a lot of people that also ship them as well, but like I'm just happy that I finally picked a girl. And it's always like one of these kind of animes, like it comes to the point where like you don't want them to pick because there's gonna be heartbroken, but I'm happy that of course he finally does pick a girl. And to have that feeling when you see that it ends up being the girl that you wanted all along, it's just such a good feeling that I was literally so happy. Like I was tearing up and stuff, like not even gonna lie. I was like, wow. That like that's one of the reasons I like harems. They're unrealistic kind of stuff going on, but at least everyone does seem to be happy. Obviously that wouldn't happen in real life, obviously, but that's one reason I do like harems, because even though a lot of people are like, oh, harem ending, oh my gosh, doesn't even pick, oh, cliche, everyone's happy in that at least, and no one ends up getting heartbroken, unlike this one. But just the story and romance in this one, I loved it, and I'm so happy that he ends up picking Chitoge. And before I start rambling on more and more about how happy I am that he picked Chitoge, I'm going to end it here. Can't wait to see how the next chapters will be. Not too sure what we will have in the next ones. Will be like epilogue or something. Is there going to be one more chapter? How many more chapters will there be? If you guys do know or have a hint of knowing, feel free to comment below that. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the first Anime Kingdom manga review. If you have any questions, feel free to comment below. If there's anything I missed and you want to talk about, comment below as well. If you did like, don't forget to leave a like. And if you haven't already, feel free to subscribe. It really does help the channel. And like I said before, if you have any other manga, suggestions that you want me to end up reviewing right now at this moment, of course, I'm going to have to binge watch to keep up with some of them. But if you have some suggestions, feel free to comment below. At the moment, I have only 2, obviously, because this one's going to end soon. The 2 are Shokugeki no Soma, which I am up to date with, so you don't have to worry about that. And right now as well, Attack on Titan Shingeki no Kyojin, I am up to date with that as well, but that one comes out like every month, so that one's a little different in terms of me making reviews for that. Obviously, Shokugeki no Soma is out every week, so stuff like that. Usually it'll be better for me if it's every week. I'm willing to check out any ones that are if it's a month, every month kind of thing, but of course obviously it's just gonna come out every month instead. So I want to get at least more mangas to have a good amount to end up reviewing every week. So yeah, that's all I gotta say, guys. So hope you guys enjoyed, and until next time, see ya.